get pissed, get moving, do something different. So I've been dealing with this issue now for the past couple years with my back. I made a video about it. And the past about year and a half, I actually have not been working out, trying to kind of minimize the amount of exposure that my lower back and my hips are getting to actual stressors. Hang on. Come on. Trying to minimize the amount of stressors that my lower back gets, because for a while it was like I had to choose. It was work out and coach and work at the restaurant and hope that my hips and everything hold up, or just save myself for work, which is what I know I needed to do. Everybody needs to make money, right? So I stopped working out, and it helped my hips as far as pain and all those weird sensations. And then, time takes over. Whew, my arm is getting sore. Come on. So over, a year and a half, you're just trying to make your way through and manage the day more than anything. So it's easy for time to go by. And the next thing you know, boom, year and a half, no exercise. And I now understand how easy it is to let that happen. I understand kind of how that gets away from you, because I have never gone, dog's pulling me this way, I'm trying to go that way. Here we go. Because I've never gone this long before in my life. I've had injuries, I've been in casts, I've had surgeries, and for good or for bad, stupid or not, I've always bounced back from stuff. So the past year and a half or so has been a little rough, not working out and trying to manage. And I think I kind of have slipped into a little bit of a depression, and walking has helped, because when your back and your hips are hurting, your whole mobility is cut down. There's been days that I wanted to go out and do yard work that I hadn't been able to do it, simply because my hips hurt. Or I do yard work, I do something, I work on my Jeep, and then my hips are yelling at me the entire next day. So this one wasn't a scripted video, but it's something that I've talked with people about for a while. And that's the fact that it's like, now I get it. I've always preached about constant exercise and constant movement because I've always done it and I've always noticed the benefits of it. And I think a lot of my being constant with stuff in the past has really helped out with me to not gain a lot of weight and stay in relatively decent shape. And that is due to the consistency that I've had over the years, but I've never had to battle inconsistency. For me, an inconsistent workout schedule would be like, if I only made it in like twice this week, or maybe once this week, that would be like shitty. I've never gone this long before. So try to get back into it. I feel your pain, everybody. I get it, but I still have a different mindset about it. I still approach my meals the same way I did as if I was working out. I have gone and worked out, and dude, it feels fucking great. It sucks not being as strong or having the cardio, but it feels great. I don't know why people wouldn't want to be at least doing something active somehow. Hang on a second, my arm is burning. Whew. But my point is this: a year and a half in, and I'm now having to remotivate. I'm having to find the time in my day because I replaced my workout time with something else. Now I have to shift things around. Like one of those old school puzzles, right? Where you gotta move the squares around to fit other squares. Not quite Tetris, but if you're over 30, if you're in your 40s, like me, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not having to shift things around. I have to do what the normal person does, where before it was a non-negotiable. Now, I have to negotiate my way into actually working out. Okay, now I'm walking on my way back. Left arm, hopefully it doesn't start burning as fast. But like I said, I kind of have to negotiate my way into working out again. And come on, Tippy. And when it comes to, when it comes to that, nose itch. The only thing I can say to people is like, if you're still not there, if you keep telling yourself that you have the time, then you're not negotiating well enough for yourself. You're letting all the bad negotiations come in, and you're not working hard enough for yourself. You're supposed to be your own best advocate here. You need to be your cheerleader, right? And this kind of ties into another something that I wanted to talk about today, which was, if you're not the one cheering yourself on, you could have a trainer like me. I've told people this before. You could have family that wants you to. You could have everybody else that's on your side. If you're not negotiating, not cheering for yourself, if it's been long enough and you're still not moving, if it's been a year and a half and you haven't worked out like me, you are not at a pain point yet. It is not painful enough for you to be where you're at. Most change is not going to happen from a point of being ecstatic, a point of absolutely loving and waiting for change. No, you haven't done it because change is hard. Because somewhere deep down inside, this is keeping you comfortable and it worked for you to a point. Something about what you're doing worked for something. And your body took that, your mind took that as a note to, okay, do more of this, preservation mode. This worked. But the truth about it is it's not working anymore. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to change, right? You wouldn't want something different. But is it painful enough for you to want to change it? That's the question. Some people, that pain point is less. Some people need more of that pain point. That's going to be up to you. There's one thing for damn sure, is that if you don't change, nothing else is going to change. Nothing changes until you change, my friend. Nothing changes until you change. And I know there's gurus out there that will say, you got to make the big change. You got to do the big things. You got to become somebody different overnight. Ah. And for some of you, that'll be true. But I think for most people, dude, your change is going to be one thing different. One thing easy tomorrow. And you may have to wake up and write it down every morning. Today I will X. Today I will stop using the F-bomb. Today I will drink more water. Today I will not judge the new person. Today I will enter whatever you want, enter your own slogan there, your own whatever. And you do that until that builds a nice solid habit and you don't have to think about it. And then the next day, you try something else. Today I will, and then the next time you do something else. Today I will, and you write something else. That's where the real change is, because a lot of your bad habits also didn't happen overnight. I mean, if you got like PTSD because you were shot at war or something like that, that's something totally different. Come here, Tippy. So just like everything that you're trying to change was not built overnight or done overnight, you can't change it overnight. But it's been a year and a half for me, and I'm starting to get moving. I'm starting to make some changes. I think it's a good idea that you make some changes. Get pissed, get moving, do something different. Tippy and I, Tippy, here's something. We're gonna finish this walk. I'll see you later. Peace.